I had conversations with my brother. I always have conversations with my brother because he's my brother and he's my best friend. Obviously he was aware of what was going on. He was not covering the story. He had recused himself.
That's New York Governor Andrew Cuomo now defending his CNN anchor brother, Chris Cuomo, for advising him on his various scandals, including sexual harassment allegations. But the three-term Democrat also said, quote unquote, I talk to journalists about situations all the time, and they tell me their thoughts and their advice. Meanwhile, Fox News contributor Joe Concha torched Chris Cuomo on Outnumbered yesterday.
Chris Cuomo is fiercely loyal to his family. Okay, go work for your brother then. You already do already. Might as well get paid for that aspect. That's what's unbelievable about this, right? Or go work for the DNC or run for office yourself. And he's getting criticized by the left, by the way. This isn't a right-wing argument or a left-wing argument. It's a pragmatic argument.
Power panel now. Tammy Bruce is here, president of Independent Women's Voice, and Richard Fowler is here, radio talk show host, both Fox News contributors. Great to see you guys. So, Tammy, when I hear the governor saying that he gets advice and talks with other journalists, now I'm curious about why CNN isn't investigating and publicly saying that, because were these other journalists at CNN?
Well, you know, I think, Harris, that this is not unusual. We've now grown used to this. It can't just be that network. We know that it is the broadcast networks. We know MSDNC has an issue. We know that newspapers have issues. It's why there's a distrust of legacy media, because we see this revolving door as well, whether it's Jake Tapper, who was a Democrat operative on Capitol Hill. Many people do not know that. Of course, George Stephanopoulos. And it becomes difficult because you see that they don't cover the news, really. It really is an opinion network. They should just admit that they're an opinion network. And then, of course, Chris Cuomo has his other issues when it came to when he had COVID. Telling people that he's buried in his basement and he's isolated. And then we find out that was untrue as well. So Americans are making their choice. They're not choosing that particular network. And I think that that is the message that Americans can send about what information they consume, who they support. So even liberals have stopped watching that network. And as far as the governor, I mean, the smug, horrible attitude that continues, that nothing matters except what affects him, what he thinks, the choices he makes, under multiple federal and state investigations because of his attitude. He feels so imperious that none of it matters. Of course, he's going to have that attitude. And of course, that's fed in part, Harris, by support from the media. And he thinks that's going to protect him.